Yo, what's going on? It's Egal Talks Football, back again with another video. Today, Fabrizio Romano is dropping bombs on us. We got Jhon Duran links to Arsenal. We got Arsenal Academy players headed to Manchester United. We got some other news to talk about also. Before we go any further, do me a favor, hit that like button on the video, hit that subscribe button if you guys are new here, and let's get this show started the right way. As always, as you guys already know, it's been 28 days into the January transfer window, and Arsenal have not signed a single player. It is honestly very annoying, and it's frustrating as an Arsenal fan to see that we have clear issues that we need to address, but Arsenal don't seem to be interested in addressing those issues. Now, we got to talk about some of these transfers. We got to talk about some of the stuff going on. But yesterday, there was some news. Today, there is some news. And might I begin with Fabrizio Romano's bomb that he dropped on us yesterday, that Arsenal are going for a certain Premier League striker. Now, I want you guys to discuss in the comment section, Jhon Duran to Arsenal. Would you drop 70, 80 million on Jhon Duran? Or do you think Arsenal should just wait in the summer and get somebody else? Do you think Jhon Duran is better than Sesko, Gyökeres? He is Premier League proven, but to what level? He's never been the out-and-out main striker for Aston Villa. They've always had an Ollie Watkins available to rotate with, and he's never had to be the main man. So do you guys believe that Jhon Duran is of the level to come into this Arsenal team and raise our levels to the level that we need to get to? Fabrizio Romano was told that Arsenal have made contact recently in order to see if they can get to see what Jhon Duran's situation is. His exact words were, "What I am told is that Arsenal made a call in recent weeks to understand the situation of Jhon Duran, but there has been no bid, no negotiation with Aston Villa." So a whole lot of nothing. And people started running with it. People started saying, Jhon Duran to Arsenal, discuss, let me know. What do you think is going to happen? Personally, I think it's very simple. Arsenal call Aston Villa, say, is Jhon Duran available? Aston Villa say yes. Arsenal say for how much? Aston Villa say for 85 or 80 million. Arsenal say thank you for the call, we're out. And they hang up the call the moment they find out how much he's worth. And that is why I don't think this news is going any further than what Fabrizio Romano reported on Sky Sports. So yeah, that is the situation with the Jhon Duran situation. Now, there's news today that Heaven, yes, Arsenal's young 18-year-old center back, is close to leaving Arsenal despite offers of a professional deal. Manchester United are close to an agreement with the Arsenal youngster. Arsenal's and have an agreement with a modest fee for Heaven, which is a scholarship term expiry in the summer. So this is now the second Arsenal Academy player that will be joining Manchester United. We've now seen Obi Martin, and we will now see Heaven both be leaving Arsenal and one has already left. The other one will be leaving now, and they both will be joining Manchester United. Now, I just want to say, all academy kids don't get into the first team. You have Ethan, you have Myles Lewis-Skelly, two guys who are absolutely killing it and are flying in the first team right now. With the young center back Heaven, it's very clear. He wants to get first team football. He wants to see if a better pathway into the Arsenal first team, and this gives him that. This gives him that pathway. This gives him that opportunity. And no salt, Manchester United is a good opportunity for him to see if he can get himself into that first team. If he can push into that first team over there at Manchester United. But right now at Arsenal, he is not finding a way into the Arsenal first team. And you got to give Manchester United their credit. They've been able to take two Arsenal Academy players that have been quite highly rated, and good on them. Good on them. Fair play. Fair play. There's nothing we can do at this moment in time. And it is a Fabrizio Romano exclusive. So you got to give Fabrizio Romano a lot of credit. He's breaking bombs these days first with the Jhon Duran news, and now this is a quite big business right here. And the funny thing is, they took him away from Arsenal. Eintracht Frankfurt were also interested. Barcelona were also interested. An agreement has been sealed, so the player is going to be headed to Manchester United. It is what it is. We don't cry over spilt milk over here. It is what it is. You know what I mean? There's no need to really be disappointed too much. Now, in other news, it does look like Kieran Tierney has agreed a deal also to leave Arsenal, but he might not leave in the January. He probably is going to leave in the summer, as both Jota and Kieran Tierney will return to Celtic, as a verbal agreement on a free transfer has been reached as revealed, and Arsenal do not let him leave now, but Tierney will join Celtic in the summer. So best of luck to Kieran Tierney over there, back in his hometown boyhood club, none other than the club itself, Celtic. So yeah, big up to Kieran Tierney and wish him all the best over there at Celtic. Now, we've spoken about Jhon Duran. We spoke about Jhon Duran. We spoke about what do you call it, Heaven. There is a couple more things that we need to speak about. Arsenal have rescinded. Arsenal have applied for what do you call it, the card to be what do you call it? The card to be rescinded. So Sky Sports, not only did they spell wrong Myles Lewis-Skelly, but they've reported that Arsenal have put in a formal request to have the red card from Lewis-Skelly to be rescinded. So we're gonna have to wait and see what happens with that. Arsenal have requested to see what happens, but for now we're gonna have to wait and see. Oh shit. In other news, Paul Tierney will be on the VAR for the Arsenal match between Man City and Arsenal. So, and Peter Banks will be the referee in charge. Hopefully these guys don't mess up the game for us. In other news, also, Bayer Leverkusen are among the clubs interested in Evan Ferguson. We're going to speak about Evan Ferguson in a minute. This young kid right here is the kid that everyone's speaking about. Arsenal want to sign him. We're going to have to wait and see what happens with that. Bayer Leverkusen are currently leading the chase for Brighton's Evan Ferguson. That's been recently reported. Evan Ferguson is available for around 35 to 40 million. Brighton want to sell. And I'm not going to lie to you, if we're going to end up with a striker, and I don't know if Evan Ferguson is the levels for Arsenal. He's not even getting game time at Brighton. Surely he's not that levels if he's not getting game time at Brighton right now. Brighton are prepared to allow Evan Ferguson to depart this January. The 20-year-old has attracted widespread interest on loan, and Brighton also are open for the possibility of selling him for the right price. But it doesn't look like Arsenal are going to be getting him. Arsenal face competition from Girona for the youngster, for the Norwegian wonder kid. We're going to have to wait and see what happens with the Norwegian wonder kid, if we do get him or not. West Ham are also one of the clubs in for Evan Ferguson. I don't think we're going to get Evan Ferguson, to be 100% honest. At this moment in time, that doesn't seem like it's going to happen. Arsenal have officially appealed the red card received to Myles Lewis-Skelly in the Wolves game. Yes, that's what I meant to say when I said Arsenal have appealed it officially. We already know about Heaven. We already know about Jhon Duran. Here's another thing. Arsenal keep working on a renewal for Gabriel Magalhaes. His renewal is key to the project, and Arsenal is pushing, even though an agreement is not yet close. So Arsenal are currently working on a new deal with Gabriel Magalhaes. He still has 2 years left on his deal right now. So if I'm not mistaken, he signed a new deal 2 years ago. He signed a 4-year deal 2 years ago, and his next contract expiration date is until 2027. So yeah, it does look he still has 3 years. So Arsenal is currently working on giving him a new deal and working on what's going on with his contract situation. But yeah, both Sterling and Neto are going to be staying until the end of the season, meaning that we cannot get Evan Ferguson on loan. And if we did want Evan Ferguson, it would have to be a permanent transfer. And I just don't think we're going to go and get Evan Ferguson on a permanent transfer. But yeah, that's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. Not much more to be said. There is also some stuff about Jorginho and Zinchenko. Let me just show that quickly. Jorginho is there's people in Brazil pushing to sign Jorginho at the end of the window, at the end of the season, so he can leave and go to Brazil on a free. And Dortmund are pushing to sign Zinchenko before the deadline on the 3rd of February. So that might be one of the reasons why Kieran Tierney could be leaving, as Zinchenko could be signed by Dortmund before the end of the deadline. And that is pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing more to be said. Nothing more to be said. We're going to have to wait and see what happens with the rest of the transfer window. At this moment in time, I don't really have much hope for Arsenal doing anything of note in the transfer window until the end of the transfer window. But we're going to have to wait and see if we do anything. I am quite disappointed that we haven't gotten anything done, but I understand why. Anyways, I'll let you guys go. You guys have yourselves a wonderful day. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I'll catch you guys on the next one. And you know what it is, people. Love for the love, people. We're out of here. Peace.